Today we're throwing caution to the wind as we take a 22-year-old camper van on the first part of an epic road trip from here in Manchester down to Bristol. Now the obvious route is to go straight down the motorway, but where's the fun in that when you can have the excitement of the road less travelled? It's certainly a really nice day for it, maybe a bit too nice. It's supposed to hit 30 degrees a bit later on this week. That'll be interesting. That's one thing about this van, I have to do this a lot more often than I did in the little silver one. It also takes a lot more. Ouch. The first of the promised many things to see on this road is an old canal. This is the Lockygate Coffee House, which is very, very nice and not actually that expensive. £3.30 for an Americano with milk. That'll do. And after my coffee, shall we go and have a look at the canal? I think you already know the answer to that one. De Niro is rearing to go. It's getting a bit warm though. He's a bit even more panty than normal. Although he has probably not yet figured out that there's actually a big bowl of water in the van for him. But hey ho, he's not very bright. I think he just likes panting so he looks like put upon so people feel sorry for him. He's got plenty of water in there. So down there under that bridge you have the canal, which would have carried industrial things up and down, and over there you've got the thing that replaced it. That's the railway line up there on top of that bridge. A train just went across but I missed it, or you could add some interesting train pictures. I might have lied to you, that sign over there says Bestonbrook, so this might actually be the bridge over Bestonbrook, and up there is the bridge over the canal. Let's go and find out. There's a wee English view for you. There's some ducks and a canal, and over there a thatched house with the straw roofs. They are really cool and quite expensive to maintain, I would imagine. I believe that when they put the thatch up it does last quite a long time and it's waterproof and all that gubbins, but yeah, when you've got to get it replaced, ouch. Especially as it is definitely a dying art. Oh, wow, I don't want to be too nosy, but there's people coming through the locks in a canal narrowboat. This is going to be quite interesting, I think. I do like a canal, as you'll probably noticed if you've watched anything of this channel at all. There you are, the lock gates are open and the boat is coming through. We missed the whole going from the upper level to the lower level bit, but I think I probably explained that to you before. Go and look at our Crinan Canal video or something. That is so cool. Want one? Hiya. Hello. So this is Beeston Iron Lock, which is distorted and single craft passage, blah blah blah. The date over there is 1828. I'm guessing it's called the Iron Lock because it's made out of iron. That would be a reasonable guess. Lots of iron stuff around here. It was quite a big industry back in the day. I never noticed there was a second boat in there as well. That one's going up the way because they're shutting the doors at that end and then they're going to open the doors at that end and the water level will rise, yada yada yada. Alright, I'm just going to stand here and watch this because I'm on holiday. Oh wow, once the valve gets to a certain point it does go up quite quickly. That's pretty cool. I've been standing here for about 10 minutes now. I'm actually quite enjoying myself, but don't tell anyone. I'm sure it makes for scintillating television. Right, come on De Niro, let's go. It's too warm to be standing about outside without a bowl of water. Just noticed on that hill over there is a something. It's I don't know, military. I think I'm going to go and find out actually. Let's do that. That must be such a nice way to live. Like a camper van, it's you don't get to go anywhere very quickly, but yeah. There's a lot of really beautiful views along this canal. That is one thing that the wee house in Lead Hills lacks, is being near any water. I think, yeah, honestly, between me and you guys, I think we're going to be selling it, or trying to sell it, because we both really want to live at the seaside somewhere you can look out the window and see waves and stuff. And the van with no name still has no name, but it does have an amazing shade of green. I'll flip. And I've just noticed the pipe I replaced last week from your point of view, a couple of days ago from mine, is, yeah, I haven't cable tied it up. Oops, and I don't think I've got any cable ties. And their update based on these signs, that is the village of Tiverton. The little area we're in is called Bestonbrook, and that little river thing is the River Gowie, although it's not much of a river at the moment, but it has been quite dry for a wee while. So there, River Gowie, Bestonbrook, Tiverton, blah blah blah. There's nothing here that says this is the way up to that thing on the hill, but there's, the Bunker Art Gallery. It could be a bunker. Let's go for a wee look, shall we? We have got something like 9 hours until we've got to pick up Bex, and Bristol is about 3 hours away from here, so there'll be lots of stopping and gibbering, I'm afraid. I don't think we can get up that hill, not from this side anyway, but there's a reclamation yard, and I'm guessing that must be the bunker up there. It's got a pipe sticking out the ground, which is usually a vent. I wonder if it's like a Royal Observer Corps post. Those are things that you see all over the countryside in the UK. I'll find a better one and show you it. Although this place has got a fence around the outside of it, so you might be able to get round to going up the next road. Let's yeah, it's becoming a mission now, although the dog is getting even pantier. That's cool. There's an oldie worldie signal box on the railway line. There's a man in it watching me. Oops. Oh no, there's no way up that way either. That's just into where the farm is. So I don't know how you get up that hill. Sorry to disappoint you, but it looks like it's been a massive bunker. But that's quite cool, isn't it? There's an old canal side house. That's really smart. Why is no one living in that? That's such a nice wee house. You're not going to believe the wee village that I've just seen. That is Beeston Castle, by the way, which is obviously going to be quite nice, but we're not stopping because wait till you see this wee village. It's just like, if I use the word quintessential without sounding pretentious, it's quintessentially a wee English village. Not actually sure what the village is. It might be Beeston. What would that be in Beeston Castle? But that building in front of us is not the one that I've just done an emergency U-turn to come back and see. Sorry, headache turning my head round so I can look at me. And then you get little things like this little obviously an old workshopy building in front of us, which is quite cool, but wait till you see what is on my right hand side. I don't know why that guy is sitting there with his umbrella up, but look at that. That is amazing. I've only come about a mile along the road, and there's another castle. This one you can see on the skyline, but I don't know if I can get a decent picture of it. Oh, it's a return to the old days of Scotland on a shoestring, where I'm just driving about randomly. This is great. I am loving it. Hopefully you're quite enjoying this wee explore. Hopefully I'm conveying how nice this part of the world is, and also I've got no idea exactly where I am. That is just such a cool old half-timbered building. It's a bit like Bramall Hall on a smaller scale, but yeah. Like that one quite a lot. The Smithy Cottage. And there's another one. This place is amazing, and I would imagine not very cheap. There you go. There's the other castle I was talking about. Obviously built to just be a little bit higher than the first one we looked at. Can't even remember what it was called. I was only there about 2 minutes ago. But yeah, that is a castle on top of a hill for your viewing pleasure. Right. The only problem with this road is it's quite narrow. I am soon going to be back on the main A49 just up here, which is at least a bit wider. And yeah. Still not quite sure how wide this van is, although it's not actually any wider than Daisy was. Yay! Back on the good old A49. Let's keep heading south, but not going too fast, obviously, because I've got hours and hours to kill. Oh, that sign says Bunbury Mill. Do you want to go to Bunbury Mill? Let's go there. I hate it when road signs just run out, because I was following the signs for the mill, and now I'm in the village, and yeah, there are no signs for the mill. Okay, we'll just right, don't care. Probably lots of other things to see on the way south, so let's keep doing that if I don't get hit by any oncoming vehicles in the meantime. Oh wow, it's not a mill, but get a look at that. Woo, still on the right road. This is the road to the mill, quarter of a mile. Lots of people going quite fast in big cars. Oh flip. And with predictability, the mill is closed, so that's fine. Let's go back and look at the wee graveyard, shall we? You're going to think I made this up, and I didn't see any signs on the gate on the way past, but those look vaguely, or maybe not actually, maybe they're not, they look a bit like war graves, but possibly they're not. Let's find out. I could be talking nonsense, so just ignore me. But if I am, I can edit this bit out, so you'll never know. I'll bet that stained glass window looks amazing from the inside. Look at the amount of stonework that's grown to it, never mind the stained glass. And those things that looked awfully like war graves aren't. I don't think there are any more. You think I'm making this up? I was just saying, I've not seen a sign. I don't think there are any war graves here. Then I looked up and saw, yeah, guess what? And on a slightly grotty stone, could do with a bit of attention, is Private C.E. Dutton of the Cheshire Regiment from 1921. Always interesting to look at wee buildings like this one, some sort of groundkeeper's shed. I don't think that's big enough for a mort house. I think that might just have been like a tool store or something. I am slightly gobsmacked by that church though. That is just incredible. St Boniface Church. Oh, the door's open and it says welcome, please come in. I wonder if you're actually allowed to please come in. Let's go for a wee look and see if we get shouted at. Oh wow, yeah, that's you're allowed in I think because the door's open. So let's see if there's anybody about. That is such a cool sarcophagus-y tomb-y thing with a big statue on the top. Told you that would be quite impressive from the inside. That's really cool. And even the wee one on the side is yeah, worthy of note. What a nice church. That was amazing. That was totally worth the stop. If you'd like to see more of this church, more of the inside and more of the graveyard, head over to Places for the Past. There'll be a wee episode over there for your viewing pleasure. It's not war graves on the other side of the van. It's 2020, 2021, 2023, so much more modern facing these older ones. Let's go and have a look at the older ones because that is more interesting. In affectionate remembrance of Ephraim Jackson of Alpharam. So that's Ephraim from Alpharam who died July 10th, 1875, aged 75, and also Alice, wife of the above, who died 1889. Wow, this is such a cool wee graveyard, but the church is definitely the reason to stop. Right, onwards and southwards towards Bristol, I guess. Somebody would be a lot less panty if they'd just have a wee lie down, but he's not very good at having a wee lie down. Are you, De Niro? He's just done it. As I walked up with the camera there, he said, "Right, I'm going to go for a lie down." No, he's not. He's still standing there like a bump on a lawn. Hello, dog-a-log. Let's keep going south. Stop drooling all over my seat, you manky dog. Another advantage of this camper van over previous vehicles is there's lots and lots of traffic going very slowly. But as I've got nowhere in particular to be in a hurry, I've just pulled into this parking space and I'll do some stuff. I'll get the photos from that last wee chuck onto the laptop and stuff. And thankfully, because it's a bit more shaded, somebody is a bit less panty. Aren't you, De Niro? Want a biscuit? Oh, you heard that. Right, the traffic has died down a bit. Time to get rolling again. Oh wow, there's another. This is just all so pretty. As Bex is flying down and not getting into Bristol till late tonight, I'm in charge of catering for the first couple of days at least. And I've just passed something that I think is perfect. This will be breakfast sorted. You can't beat a fresh egg for breakfast, and what they've got here is very clever. It is an egg vending machine, like an Amazon pickup locker, but for eggs. I'm just doing this because it supports a local business and it is technology for technology's sake. Oh, which door do you think is going to open? Machine processing. This is exciting, isn't it? This is scintillating television yet again. Hope the van's not rolling away. Wow, I didn't think it would be that. I thought it might have been 6 eggs, not that many. I've got no idea where I'm going to put those in the van. Oops. Bex is going to have a good chuckle at that one. De Niro, would you like an omelette? You could have omelettes for lunch and breakfast and... what an idiot. Thank you, vending machine, for what must be about a month worth of eggs. We'll have to say thank you on Heart of Shropshire Eggs. Let's tag them in the video. Yeah, when we're still eating eggs this time next month. Well, I must admit, £6.50 is quite good value for all those eggs, I think. Another cheap and boring looking wee village on the road south. This part of the world is amazing. I genuinely had no idea. I've been through this, but I've never really paid it much attention. I've not been through it very often. I've been through it with work, and now I'm gibbering. You get the idea. It's nice. Right, this is our next stop. This is Acton Burnall, picked at random from the list of things to see in the area. So far on this episode, we have had some old school Scotland on a shoestring graveyards, and we've had a canal and locks. So how about a castle? Looks like another really nice place to stop, and thankfully it's getting a bit cooler now, although he's still panting, mostly for effect, I think. Oh, I thought that was a way into the castle there. It's not, it's another wee graveyard, but let's keep going up here. The castle has got to be up here somewhere. If you go into the woods today, you'll hopefully find a castle. Right, entrance, here we go. It's definitely much cooler under these trees than it is out there, that's for sure. It's quite cool being so far from familiar territory. I can tell you nothing about this castle, but it's pretty certain that unlike every castle in Scotland, Mary Queen of Scots has probably never stayed here. He prefers a graveyard to a castle, but he's happy to sniff round either. It must be down here. Oh, it must be down here somewhere. Duh. Yeah, I think that might be it over there. How cool is that? It turns out the castle was built by a guy called Robert Burnall in the late 1200s, and he was a friend of the king, which is why he got land and power and stuff. He was also the Bishop of Bath and Wells, and if you're wondering how I know all that information, I am of course reading it on that sign. This is Scotland on a Shoestring's greatest hits, although we're actually in England, and there's a greyhound for scale. There are people on the inside, so let's go around the outside first. It's quite an impressive old ruin. It's yeah, really a lovely things. Oh, people inside are coming out. The castle passed to the Smith family in 1660, and it later became part of, just like it was a ruin, part of a pleasure ground, part of like a folly in the garden. Because what the Smith family did was they built this thing over here. There's a wee discreet subtle house that they had built. Big manor house over there. This is a really cool place. And the complex apparently consisted of this, the castle, the church over there, and a barn that was, one wall of it was standing until at least 1900, but I can't find out what happened to that. It must have fallen down. There's still actually, surprisingly, quite a lot of it left. There's people about, unfortunately, or I would have a wee look with a drone, but I don't want to upset anybody or get shouty at, obviously. When I first saw this castle was here, I thought it was something to do with the wars that they had between England and Wales back in the day, but apparently not. Apparently by the time this place place was built, those walls were all in the past. So it didn't have to be quite as much of a fortification, it could be more of a big posh house, which is what it is, in the style of an old castle. I'm wondering if we can take a shortcut back, because there's a gate there that might take us into where we saw that statue in Wee Bit of Graveyard. Let's find out together, shall we? Because I have got, as you might have guessed, no idea. And De Niro is too panty to be leading the way. Oh yeah, this is quite a nice wee graveyard, pretty heavily overgrown as you can see. What is down here? Gay Bruce Smith died 2011. Yes, this is really quite modern. We have found some really cool things today, but I don't think you're going to get a more picturesque wee graveyard than that. Is it nicer than the last one? You decide. I think it's eeksy peeksy. Right, so while the dog is hopefully having his dinner, he's certainly a sniff at it, but he probably won't eat it because he wants to be out here with me. But no, it is still actually out here a bit warm, so I'm a bit concerned about him with it being as hot as it is. Hopefully we'll be okay because we're away for a week. There you are, artistic shot of gravestones and church and castle in background. I quite like that. It's a wee bitty overgrown, but the ones down here look like they're quite old, and these plants look like they're quite jiggy. Anything visible? No, it's all pretty much lichened up. Over there there's some newer gravestones. Down here there's some older ones. We're all going to be a bit melty. It's not just De Niro that's suffering, because it's going to be 30 odd degrees in the UK over the next few days, and we're Scottish. We're not used to the temperature being much above about 10. Oh, a sign that says danger, keep out. I wonder what is dangerous under there. I bet it's quite interesting. Another nice church. Don't want to bore you all with too many nice churches, but I bet that stained glass looks pretty good from the inside as well. That's really quite pretty. This has been such a good journey. I'm glad I didn't just batter straight down the motorway to Bristol. So now I need to get cross country and start actually heading towards the airport, where Bex will be arriving in only about 5 hours time. I love it when Google Maps takes you down rubbishy wee roads like this. There's grass growing in the middle of it. That is hardly ever a good sign. Yeah, I'm thinking this is not much of a road. Look, we're going to go through a ford. How exciting is that? Ta-da! Especially as it's not a Ford, it's a Fiat. I'm not loving this so far. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just keep going because we can't actually turn round. It's the sort of wee road where you dread meeting somebody coming the other way, because that's the first sort of passing place that I've passed for ages. It's a long way to reverse in a van. It's like driving along the bottom of a trench. Oh dear. Anyway, keep going. We've got 1.2 miles till we turn on to hopefully a better road, and then you find yourself basically driving through the middle of some big farm. Okay, this has got to start to get better soon. I kind of hope. Yay, the end of the lane. Let's hope it is onto a better road now. Next stop, well, no idea actually, I should probably guess. Oh, this is the road to Much Wenlock. Who knows what Much Wenlock is famous for? I'll bet you probably don't. I'm actually fed up with the sight of really pretty little churches and really pretty little villages, but this is yet another one. I don't even know where I am, to be honest. It's just it's another pretty wee place. We are heading for Much Wenlock. Oh wow, there's another. This is just all so pretty. Much Wenlock, famous for being the birthplace of the modern Olympic Games. The guy that sort of established the modern Olympics was from Much Wenlock, and I believe the first modern Olympic Games were actually held here, believe it or not. If I were you, I'd probably not, because I might be making that up. And we have reached the end of the road. This is the, oops, traffic jam. This is the slip road onto the M5. That's the end of our wee jaunt down the A49. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because I've enjoyed it quite a lot. Like I said, it's like the old days, not fixing houses or fixing things, but running about exploring. Yay!